the midnight haze, chasing shadows in the darkest maze. Footsteps echo in the empty hall, mysteries waiting on our call. Bigfoot stomping through the pines, aliens sending secret signs, EVPs in the dead of night, ghosts dancing in the pale moonlight. Paranormal for what we bring it to you, truth behind the veil, gotta pursue you.
We're here.
We are here.
Got a great show.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, Only Oscars. How are you doing? Oh, man, we got a great show tonight.
Yes, we do.
We're going to talk about some UFOs in Shag Harbour.
Shag Harbour.
Yeah, Nova Scotia. You know what I think about? Uh-oh. Roger's saying he's headed into work.
Went to watch later. All
Well,
right, man.
Thank you, Roger. Be safe at work. Shag Harbour, Nova Scotia. It's going to be a good show. If you don't know much about it, this is kind of almost like their Roswell.
Yeah. Nova Scotia's Roswell.
There's quite a bit of or quite a few people who actually saw what happened and witnessed it. And we're going to get to talk about all that tonight.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You ready? You want
Yeah.
to kick it off? Or do you
I
want me
can. So, October 4th, 1967, Shag Harbour, Nova Scotia. The Atlantic Ocean lay still under the moonless sky.
Hey, Shell.
Its surface broken only by the occasional flicker of bioluminescence. In the village of Shag Harbour, population a whopping 300.
Boy, that's a lot of people.
The rhythmic clatter of lobster traps and the creak of weathered docks had long since quieted by 11 p.m., and only a handful of souls remained awake. Teenagers driving home from a dance, some fishermen checking their boats, and a Royal Canadian Mounted Police officer, Corporal Victor Werbicki.
Crazy name.
He was patrolling on the winding coastal roads. So none of them knew that in minutes their quiet world would collide with the inexplicable.
And it does, too.
Yeah.
So 11:15 p.m. Highway 3. Lori Wickens, an 18-year-old mechanic, gripped the steering wheel of his father's pickup truck. Beside him sat four friends: Doug Gordon, Michael Patterson, David Kendrick, and Chris Stiles. Now, the boys had just left a dance in Woods Harbor, and their laughter was still echoing in the cab of the truck. Then Doug Gordon shouted, "Look at the lights." There were four amber orbs, each the size of tractor tires, as Wickens later described them. They descended slightly from the sky. The lights pulsed in unison, forming a diagonal line before merging into a single disc-shaped object. It wasn't like any plane I'd ever seen, Wickens told RCMP investigators. There was no sound. There were no wings. It even tilted sideways like a saucer and hit the water at a 45-degree angle. There was a hiss like steam was escaping, and then a bright flash. After that, the harbor was covered in this yellow foam. I would say they're probably skinny. 11:17 p.m. The wharf. Harley Pound,
Hey, Barbara.
captain of the lobster boat Marigold II, actually felt the impact reverberate through his vessel. Peering over the rail, he saw a faint glow beneath the churning foam. It wasn't just sitting there, Pound testified. It was moving underwater, heading southeast towards the Gulf of Maine. I've seen subs before, but this was different, faster, and it glowed like a car's headlights under the water. Now, his deckhand, Vernon, scooped a sample of the foam into a mason jar. He says, it clung to my gloves like snot. That's pretty good explanation
pretty
there.
Sticky stuff there.
And he also recalled, he said it stank really bad like burnt matches. So wouldn't that be sulfur? Isn't that what you usually...
Yeah, burnt matches is sulfur.
Yeah. He said it's not like anything I'd ever smelled on the water. Interesting, right? Yes, only Oscars. That would be terribly yucky. Scooping up snot that smelled like burnt matches. 11:25 p.m. Cape Sable Island. So 10 miles east, RCMP Constable Ron O'Brien radioed headquarters. He says, I just saw a streak of light heading towards Shag Harbour. No engine noise and too slow for a meteor. Over. Say that, Jason. Over.
Over.
So the military started chiming in about 12 a.m. HMCS Granby arrives. The Royal Canadian Navy dispatched the frigate HMCS Granby to the site. Now, aboard the ship, sonar operator, Petty Officer Jacques Leclerc detected a solid object 80 feet below the surface. Isn't that crazy? Now, it was moving northeast at 80 knots or 92 miles an hour. That's fast underwater.
Yeah.
Leclerc later told researchers, I had never seen anything like it. Even our fastest subs could not hit half that speed. That sucker is gone.
Yeah.
So, at 12:30, Chief Petty Officer Roland Doyle, a 20-year veteran diver, descended into the icy waters. Now, his logbook entry reads, visibility near zero. Sonar tracked the object to coordinates 43 degrees 30 north, 65 degrees 43 west. But physical search revealed only silt and seaweed. Water temperature 48 degrees Fahrenheit and no debris observed. So this definitely wasn't a plane crash, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen a plane crash unless it was just carrying snot.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't crash. Maybe it just went underwater.
So I'm thinking USO.
Yeah.
Yeah. An identified submerged object.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, at NORAD headquarters in Colorado Springs, Commander John Ryan, or General John Ryan, reviewed radar logs, and an unidentified object had entered the Canadian airspace near Alaska at 10:15 p.m. and it zigzagged erratically over the Yukon, Manitoba, and Quebec before it descended toward Nova Scotia. Ryan's phone call was recorded in a classified memo, and it said no aircraft reported missing. The object's trajectory suggests controlled descent, and they request the Royal Canadian Air Force and the RCN to assist.
Wow.
Hmm.
See, so here we go. Now we're getting into assistance, right?
Yeah. The military.
Military's being called.
So they got back the foam analysis samples of a yellow foam, It arrived at the Defense Research Board in Ottawa. A classified memo states that the composition was magnesium silicate, bismuth. What is bismuth? Is it like a soap?
I think it's a. Yeah, I'll look it
Yeah,
up.
anyway, bismuth, an unknown organic polymer, and no match to known aviation or marine fuels. And they recommend consulting with the U.S. counterparts. So we're looking up bismuth.
What is bismuth? It's a mineral. Bismuth is a chemical element in the symbol Bi, atomic number B83, is a post-transition metal and one of the whatever that word is with chemical properties resembling its lighter group 15 siblings arsenic.
Huh.
So it's a metal, has been known since ancient times. It's one of the first 10 metals to have been discovered. The name dates around 1665. It has an iridescent oxide tarnish showing many colors from yellow to blue. It's usually a stair-stepped structure of crystals.
Huh. So bismuth, 12%.
That's crazy.
Then an unknown organic polymer, which was 48%.
Yeah, and later on in this, you're going to find out what this unknown polymer was. When they redid some tests again on some of that stuff.
Yeah, so there was a press statement on October 5th at 2 p.m. The Canadian Department of Transportation or Transport issued a press release. A marine incident involving an unidentified object occurred near Shag Harbour, Nova Scotia on October 4th. Search efforts found no wreckage. The incident is under investigation.
Only Oscar submerged alien snot.
Yeah. So that is wild.
Yeah.
So privately, the Royal Canadian Air Force squadron leader Paul Biskey wrote to the Minister of National Defense and said the object exhibited controlled flight prior to its impact, and they recommend they classify it as a UFO.
Oh, see, here we go. So now on October 6, 1967, the U.S. Navy got involved. So declassified CIA files revealed that the USS Oxford, a technical research ship, diverted to Nova Scotia. A CIA cable, Project Blue Book file number 10787, states there was no Soviet submarines detected in the area. Object origin remains unknown. Foam samples requested for analysis. Yeah. Now,
That's pretty wild.
Now the Americans are there. October 10th, 1967. There's a little bit of intimidation that went on here. Lori Wickens, if you remember, talked about them at the beginning.
Yeah.
They were the kids coming back from the dance. Answered a knock at his door to find two men in dark suits. He said that they told me to stop talking about flying saucers. Wickens recalled and said it was a training exercise gone wrong. He said when I asked for ID, they just walked away.
Can
you
Sounds
say-
like the Men in Black.
Yes. Can you say the Men in Black just showed up? What's cool about these kind of shows is that we can, since it's been so long ago and there's so much data that has been come available, you're able to get a really nice big picture of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, if he was telling the story in the 80s, probably would not have had all of this information
No.
that we was able to pull up. Pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So in 1968, there was a lighthouse keeper, Mary Banks, keeper of the Cape Sable Island Light.
Bismuth is the main ingredient in Pepto-Bismol.
Huh. That is interesting. They're trying to hide something. They're definitely trying to hide something, Barbara.
It sounds
for
like
sure.
a cover-up.
Yes. So she was the keeper of the Cape Sable Island Light. She broke her silence in a 1968 interview with UFO researcher John Brent. Said, I saw a second object that night. It hovered offshore, flashing red and blue lights. Then it shot straight up, faster than any jet, and vanished. You think that they were picking up the other ones? But see, it wasn't in distress because it was still going almost 100 miles an hour under the water.
Yeah, the second one might have got a little nervous and fled.
Said, nah.
There's too many people seeing this. Let's get out of here.
Crazy people. They're liable to start shooting at us.
Well, if it was the United States military, they would.
Yeah. Because they want that technology. To be honest with you, that's
I think
probably,
they actually shot that one down in Roswell.
Yeah. A lot of people think that they used Tesla's death ray to do it.
Could have been.
Yeah. 1975, a radar operator. So a retired NORAD technician, Frank Dorrington, confessed to researcher Chris Stiles in 1995. He said, we tracked that thing for 90 minutes before it crashed. It dropped from 80,000 feet to sea level in seconds, like it was mapping the coast or looking for something. Now, does that sound familiar? So when we go back just a few years and we talk about the Tic Tac incident and what was happening with all those ships, what did the radar operator say? For weeks, they had noticed these things going from 80,000 feet to just a foot above the ocean in a second. And here we have a guy in the 70s saying the exact same thing.
Yep.
Had to come from a mother ship. How can these ships travel all the way here and crash? Not buying it. Yeah, I definitely don't think that it crashed because it was still under the ocean doing 98 miles an hour. Unless it was sinking fast.
So, in 1993, there was a Navy electrician that came forward. He was a retired Royal Canadian Navy electrician, and he spoke anonymously to the Halifax Chronicle Herald. So his claim is quote, he pulled something out of the water near CFB Shelburne. It was box-shaped, covered with barnacles. They loaded it onto a C-130 and flew it to Halifax, and he never saw it again.
Yeah, but whatever that was, it was under there long enough to get barnacles on it.
Yeah. Well,
and it was a box
93, from 67 to 93, that's quite a few years.
That's almost 30 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sure is. I guess barnacles get on something quick, huh?
Barnacles. Captain. What was it? Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
Barnacle Boy, yeah.
Yeah. So in 2000, they revisited the foam. You know, the snotty foam.
Oh, snot.
The Shag Harbour Incident Society sent the foam remnants to MIT's Department of Materials Science, Dr. Linda Allens.
Now listen to this. This is interesting.
And her report concluded the organic binder resembles chitin, similar to insect exoskeletons.
Keep on going, though.
But with a synthetic crystalline structure, this material does not occur naturally. It appears to be engineered.
There you go.
Hmm.
So the organic binder resembles a chitin, which is similar to insect exoskeletons, but a synthetic crystalline structure.
What's up, Eddie?
What's up, Eddie? Yeah, that new pizza looks awesome.
Yeah.
See
Seen it. I've seen it. Yeah, it does.
Mm.
March Friday.
But yeah, can you imagine that though? I mean, it appears engineered, and this comes from MIT.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get any more than that. So what was it? Right? That's interesting.
So the 50th anniversary of the sonar scan, it was in 2017. And Marine Tech Keith Ranville's team deployed a Klein 3900 side scan sonar near the crash sites. And the images revealed a 60-foot long anomaly 100 feet below the surface. And the edges were angular, symmetrical, he said. He said it wasn't geology, it's artificial. So Fisheries and Oceans Canada denied further exploration permits, citing sensitive marine habitat.
Yes. Let's further cover this up.
Yeah.
Not let
Cover
anybody
up.
else
It's a cover up.
It's a cover up. It's a cover up. So in 2023, there was some FOIA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people ask FOIA. So a 1967 CIA memo came out that was declassified in 2023. And it reads, Shag Harbour. Object matches description of USSR Project 706 flying lens. But Soviet archives show no such program. Consult MI6 for possible UK involvement.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I believe there's a lot of black stuff going on here.
Yeah, that's fact. Do you think a ship can be alive? You know, I think you're hitting on something right there, only Oscars. I really think that, or grown, I think that these ships that have been described on a lot of these UFOs is that they are biological and they are pretty much alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ever watched Stargate, Atlantis, the Wraith ships are biological.
Right.
It's made, I mean, they biologically use the ship, you know, that's how they control it and everything.
Right.
But that's just a movie.
Maybe an injured ship. But, you know, I think that, and I think that is possible. Yeah.
But people get a lot of ideas from stuff they hear.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. Yeah. You hit the nail on the head right there. I think that a lot of things are released just a little here, a little there in sci-fi to make it to when things start coming forward, it's not too much.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, oh man, I've seen that.
Yeah, geometric shapes do not occur naturally. Absolutely. That's a fact. You know, was already talking a little bit ago about the radar guy that talks about these things going from 80,000 feet to above the water. And we get the same reports, you know, from the Nimitz incident.
Yeah.
And everything. So, you know, and this is the 60s. So here we are knowing now that these things have been documented to do the same things since the 60s at least. You know? And so that's kind of amazing, really.
Yeah. So
in 2024, they had an AI breakthrough. In March of 2024, a University of Toronto team using AI augmented sonar mapped a circular depression 2 miles offshore. Geologist Dr. Elena Vasquez stated, the depression measured 60 feet in diameter with impact forces equivalent to 500 tons. This is not a natural formation. Yes, no sound barrier noise at all, only Oscars. Yeah.
Yeah, so the sonar came back and they said it was like 60 feet. And then this in 2024 said it was like 60 feet.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
It is, isn't it? It's funny that, like I said, you know, when you get to look at it from a lens, because you're so far away from it, removed from the time it actually happened, gives you you can actually get a better perspective of what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, only Oscars, it is pretty freaky, especially, you know, when these things are able to move in our atmosphere in the ways that they do and not break the sound barrier and do all those things. It's crazy.
So the case remains open. It's stamped undetermined.
Not funny.
Yeah. And the yellow foam samples gather dust in the Halifax archives. Their secret still locked away. Harley Pound, who's now 80, still fishes the waters of Shag Harbour. And he says he don't know what it was, but I know what I saw. And I know they're still hiding it.
Yeah. Way too small to be an impact crater.
Yeah. So in 2023, Transport Canada quietly added Shag Harbour to its UAP monitoring grid. So as far as the anomaly beneath the waves, it waits silent, untouched, and unexplained. So the Shag Harbour incident is not a campfire tale. It is a meticulously documented collision between the known and the unknown. A story of credible witnesses, I'd say, yeah, military.
Yes. Yep.
And an object that defies explanation. So in the words of Lori Wickens, who passed away in 2022, she said, they called me a liar, but the truth is out there, and it's not done yet. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Yep. You want to go to a little break?
Yeah, we take a quick break. We are going to take a quick break. I can find it. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the Shag Harbour UFO incident. What do you think?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, we'll be back in a minute.
All right.
In the heart of Madisonville, Tennessee, lies a pizzeria like no other. Step through the door of Legends and Lore Pizzeria and be transported to a realm where paranormal and cryptid encounters, along with mouth-watering pizza, go hand in hand. Meet Eddie and his crew, who serve up slices of the supernatural along with the best pies in town. With the walls adorned with eerie artifacts, indulge in piping hot slices that melt in your mouth and tease your taste buds. And it's not just the locals who love the incredible pizza. Legends and Lore has been selected as the best pizza joint in all of Monroe County. As lovers of everything pizza and the paranormal, the owners have mastered the art of crafting unforgettable combinations that will leave you wanting more. To stay connected with this mystical eatery, follow Legends and Lore Pizzeria on Facebook, where tales of their latest creations and upcoming specials will be shared. Make sure to browse their custom menu, featuring legendary pizzas like the Chupacabra Ranch and the Exorcist. So, whether you have an appetite for the supernatural or simply seek the best pizza in town, Legends and Lore is the place to be. Come for the unforgettable flavors, stay for the captivating stories, and find yourself in a world where legends and pizza collide.
What if the world we know is merely a fraction of reality? What if there are forces, entities, and phenomena that exist just beyond our comprehension in the shadows of the unknown? Welcome to Paranormal 411, your gateway to the unexplained and the downright chilling.
Get ready to rock with the electrifying sound of Catalyst, a band that's sure to leave you wanting more. With their powerful lyrics and killer riffs, Catalyst is a great sound in the world of rock music. You can listen and find Catalyst on Bandcamp, or go to the link at paranormal411.org and click on their banner.
All right, we are back
We're back.
after that quick little break.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for sticking with us through that break. And we're going to continue talking about Shag Harbour incident. So,
Yeah, I got a little bit about there was a MUFON investigator, Chris Stiles. He was 12 years old when he witnessed the event from his bedroom window in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. And then from the shoreline in Shag Harbour started looking into the incident in 1993. And him, along with a fellow MUFON investigator, Doug Ledger, claims to have uncovered a remarkable story. So Stiles, having interviewed divers, military personnel, officials involved in the incident, and local residents, pieced together the following train of events. The UFO having hit the water, submerged and moved 25 miles to Government Point, near the site of CFB Shelburne, a submarine detection facility where it was the submerged UFO. So it now could be classified as a USO, or unidentified submersible object. As a salvage operation was being planned, the UFO was joined by another craft of unknown origin just before some of the naval ships were summoned away to investigate a Russian submarine in the area. So the unknown craft soon moved off towards the Gulf of Maine, but, but, outpaced the remaining naval vessels trying to follow it. So the unknown craft soon moved off towards the Gulf of Maine, but, outpaced the remaining naval vessels trying to follow it. So the unknown craft soon moved off towards the Gulf of Maine, but, outpaced the remaining naval vessels trying to follow it. On October 11th, 1967, many people along the Canadian coastline from Shag Harbour to Yarmouth reported seeing 2 UFOs, which may have been the 2 craft being followed by the Navy.
Well, that's funny because this is exactly the other side of the story that I was about to tell.
Really?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
No, this is the other side. So this is looking at it from the opposite angle. So it's awesome. It tells a more clear picture.
He also claims that the fishermen found silvery debris at the crash site. So Shag Harbour continues to be a real popular UFO destination after, Stiles released a book, Dark Object, and the Shag Harbour post office released a commemorative stamp depicting a flying saucer hovering over a lighthouse and a boat. So TV crews from across North America and UFO enthusiasts, they visited the small village, but an official explanation has never been given, probably due to the involvement of the Shelburne and Russian submarine base at the height. This was at the height of the Cold War.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Because, like I said, this is just the exact opposite of exactly what I was about to talk about. So,
Well,
mine comes from.
we cut our background music off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, turn that back on.
sorry. Mine comes from the side of the military now. During that exact same part.
What's up, bird dog?
What's up, bird dog? So, in the early 60s, the United States maintained a small military base there and were using it, a highly technical tracking radar known as MAD, for magnetic anomaly detection grid, for the sole purpose of tracking submarines in the North Atlantic Sea. Now, it was with this grid that the U.S. tracked the Shag Harbour object and dispatched Navy vessels to surround it. For 3 days, the object showed no signs of function or activity. And then another object appeared under the water to accompany the first. See, this is the exact opposite, but the same story.
Yeah.
Isn't it pretty cool? It's telling the same story, but it's from the military's perspective. The Navy stood by for nearly a week, holding their position over the 2 objects. They weren't sure how to proceed in terms of a possible threat or the possibility that more objects could appear. Now, it was in this highly tense week that a Russian submarine had breached Canadian waters, and several Navy vessels from the UFO incident were sent to investigate. Now, this is when the UFOs made their move towards the Gulf of Maine, and the Navy vessels pursued the objects but simply could not keep up with the tremendous speeds. So, in complete shock and awe, the objects ascended to the surface and shot skyward, disappearing completely out of sight.
That's pretty wild.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. It's aliens.
It's aliens. Absolutely.
The Shag Harbour area is still a hot spot of activity today, Barbara says.
Yep. Well, they definitely get a lot of people coming up there.
Yeah.
Yep. That is all for our short little show tonight.
Yeah.
This was actually shorter than our hour that we allot, isn't it?
It is.
Even with a break.
Even with the new background music. Can everybody hear the background music?
Yeah. Does it leave you like, does it
make you want to listen? Or?
Are you like, wow, this makes these guys a little more interesting?
Yeah.
Sounds like both US and Russia were tracking something. Yep. Oh, thank you. Yes. 2 separate instances. Yes. Sounds good. So you like the background noise or background music? I think that is something though. You're talking about the as far as the incidents and stuff like that. That oh, you didn't hear it earlier?
What? Hmm.
Oh yeah, it's the same. It was the same one. We just was talking after the break. We had kind of the same story, but it was one was from the side of the MUFON investigators that were investigating it, and then the other one was from the released files that were got for the military.
A good UFO story is always good.
Yes, I like UFO stories. One of these days we'll have to, yeah, different perspectives. Yep. Yeah, so it's kind of neat when you could get that. It makes it come full circle when you get the one side from the MUFON investigators, and where theirs almost is perfectly matched with what happened with the military.
Yeah.
From their perspective. It means those MUFON guys did a really good job at going in and investigating.
The one of them, he saw it when he was younger at 12 years old, and I guess that's what made him be fascinated.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what was that, only Oscars? Did so sounded the same. Yes. Yeah, they did. They really did sound the same. It almost sounded like I told the same story that Jason did, didn't it? I mean, they were so close. The only differences was that they saw the two objects move and then shoot out of out up into the into the air. So the other guys didn't get that piece of evidence. But they were pretty dang close as far as everything else. Yes, Siri. Yes, they're very good at that. Text to speech. AI's got to get a little bit better for that one, don't they? Here in the South, if you have just a little bit of a Southern accent, it's really hard sometimes to get those things to actually text what it is you're really saying.
Yeah.
You have to try to talk a little bit more proper.
That's when you hit the button that says, what is it? Formal and casual.
Yeah.
Speaking.
You have a Southern accent? Well, there you go. That's your problem. Only Oscars right there.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, as soon as you get a Southern accent, you're done. They don't test those things on Southern accents. Was you gonna play something else?
I was gonna play that one when you get ready, but
I'll let you go.
Oh, you gonna tell where we're gonna be?
Yeah.
So
where we're going?
We're gonna be at the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival on May the 3rd. It's a Saturday. Come out and join us, and we're gonna be doing some live shows there.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We had fun there last year. I mean, I will say it ended up being fun. At first, it was not fun. It was rainy and just miserable.
And we're going to be at the Bigfoot Conference on July the 26th in Gatlinburg. Now, that's always a blast.
Yes.
It's always fun.
Yes, only Oscars. When we go to the Bigfoot Festival in Townsend on the 3rd, the whole time we're there, we will be live.
Live and in color.
And we try to get people to come up We have a mic setting that up there in front of them. And we get people to come up and tell their stories and stuff in front of the camera. It's really fun.
It is.
I have a great time.
Also, the 26th, I said was going to be at the Bigfoot Conference in Gatlinburg. Then in October, we're going to be in two places. We're going to be at the Upper Cumberland Bigfoot Festival.
Yes.
Which is in Crossville.
We had a lot of fun there last year.
Then we're going to be at the Cedar Bluff location of the Knox County Public Library, October the 11th at 2 p.m. for a little presentation.
Yeah, this will be our second presentation on the paranormal.
We hope y'all could come and see us.
Anybody that's, around, we would definitely like to have y'all come and sit in the audience and heckle us a little bit. And I'll just listen to it. We had a good time last time. It was a little nervous at first, but we got over it pretty quick, didn't we?
Yeah.
Got over it pretty quick.
It's getting easier.
Ask you back. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, they actually, what was pretty cool about it, and I just have to say, what was pretty cool about it was that they asked us back before we had packed up and left from that one. All right, Jason? I mean, that was pretty good of them.
Yeah, this Saturday, too, we're going to be celebrating David Reagan's Big 5-0.
Yeah.
So we may do a little live from the party, but we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good to me. Do a live of my 50th. It's next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Yep. Not this coming. The next one.
Yeah, the next one.
Yep. Yeah, turning the big 5-0. I don't feel like I'm 50, Jason. I don't feel like I'm 50.
I feel like I am. Oh, I am. I'm 54.
Do you feel 50 though?
Yeah, I do. I feel like an old man. I feel like Roy Murphy. You know that guy? Bird Dog, I feel just like him. He's old and wrinkled up and can't move around. Sitting down all day on the job.
That's funny. But yes, maybe we'll do that. That'd be fun. He says he's got us both beat. Old farts.
Barbara.
Barbara says I got you both beat.
It's in your head, then your back, hips, and knees too. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Man, I don't know. I never thought I'd make 50. Ever thought I'd make 50.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd make it to 37, but I did.
Yeah. 30s, I was good. 30s, Barbara says she'll be 61 in May.
Man, must be nice. One more year and you can hit the road. I remember being 50.
Man. I don't remember my last life. But actually my birthday is next Friday. April 4th is my birthday. And so I'll be the big 5-0.
Well, nothing changes.
Still kicking.
You'll realize that all your hard work through the years is finally hitting you.
Yeah.
Your knees will go. Yeah, like your knees, your back, your hips. Your blood pressure goes up. Your diabetes goes out of control. And boom. Next thing you know, you're on 20 pills a day.
I'm going to try to stay away from all that.
Barbara says, happy early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's going to be fun.
All right.
You get it good.
Get it good.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. And please remember, you can find us at paranormal411.org, Paranormal 411 on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. You can tune in live every Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also on Saturdays, you can catch us at 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern. If you're in the metro Atlanta area, that'd be at WDJY-FM. That's 99.1 FM. For listeners outside of Atlanta, you just go to WDJYFM.com, or you go to our website and click the link at www.paranormal411.org. We're also on Subspace Radio and all major podcast platforms. Remember, we got a book out, East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore Edition 2. It is available on Amazon or at paranormal411.org. Join us. We also have a little place we need to say thanks to.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Bigfoot search gear.
Yes, in Pigeon Forge, right?
Yes, in Pigeon Forge. We want to say thank you for buying, some books and going to sell them in your store, and thank you for the hot sauce that you gave.
Oh man, I've almost eaten mine.
Yeah,
I've almost eaten it all.
Really?
That stuff is freaking good.
Whew, I don't know if I could eat all of that at once. I mean, it's just been a few days, David. Come on now.
I almost eaten that whole bottle.
Anyway, I want to thank Laurel. She really nice person. If you ever get up to Pigeon Forge, you need to go see Bigfoot search gear.
Yeah, she's got all kinds of stuff there.
Yeah.
T-shirts and just all kinds of cool stuff. So absolutely. Definitely check her out.
All right.
Have a good night.
We'll see y'all Saturday.
See you Saturday.